I do believe in freedom of religion. It's great. It gives people the ability to form civility around different belief systems and to unify morality in a civil manner. Society with a multi-religious sort of conglomerate, it offers people respect of one another's beliefs to practice their beliefs civilly in locality. That's great. It doesn't mean to govern by religion by any means. That's why we separate church and state. But over time, those moral codes start to conglomerate more people. So then they weed out different belief systems and they incriminate those other belief systems. However, this is not why I'm making this video. This is about God. What is God? Okay, so in ancient definition, we don't have the original definition of God. To me, I either believe it had two meanings. One like a king, except a step above kings. So God is the ultimate rendition of a human. That's why Achilles is considered a demigod, right? He's in mythos, he's actually bred with other gods, but the best of the best, right? So, or in monotheism, I believe the ancient definition was unexplainable, or the universe itself, a way to compensate without definition. So if you can't define something, God is used, and to this day, to explain the unexplainable. Every time we start to define these things, they become something else, and God changes, just as philosophy does. Philosophy is always changing. Every time you define a different form of philosophy, that's what it becomes. But the truth is, philosophy is everything and nothing. It sits in that paradox. It's undefinable. That's the perfect definition for philosophy. It took me a long time to find it. So, when you get into quantum mechanics and subquantum physics, if we are going to be able to fabricate, formulate matter, are we going to turn that physicist into a god? That's what I'm worried about. Is replicating our mistakes of our past, formulating religions, and preaching and pretending to understand and undermine these gods by dictating upon the people the rationality of the true genius who writes this philosophy, who understands these equations and lays a foundation for the future of mankind. As the genius, you just need to express your intellectual aptitude and your intellectual quality. That's kind of all you have. That's what sets you apart. Society is beautiful to you. You love it, but there's a reason why people are so heavily set inwards into their brains to understand the universe, to try and help mankind think unanimously, just the same as religion has unified morality. The cognitive mind, the philosopher, seeks to unify people intellectually as well. And if we do come up with I hate this term, creationist equation, it's the equation that leads to fabricating matter, and it's very close. It's really close to it. We're going to see, this is the turning point in physics and philosophy and theology, everything right now. This is the age of it, where the great thinkers, there's so many of them. They're all around us, right? There's a lot of intellects. Those people have a unified moral structure of an intellectual aptitude. In this creationist theory, are we going to become the gods that we worship? And it's very interesting. Think about, in that sense, if there is a creationist equation, I hate that word. I don't know how else to describe the equation. So it's how you formulate matter. And in my subquantum theories, I believe I just figured it out. Haven't done the math yet. Still looking for the fundamental value. It's the most complicated thing, but I'm close. And to me, understanding that what I have interpreted as an entity of consciousness that we perceive as God, the third state of that word would be as if mankind did formulate this theory. Can we create an all-encompassing artificial intelligence at a subquantum level that is conscious, that can permeate all of reality? Who knows? Be very interesting. Can we create God? Or are we God? Yeah. Religion's been around for a long time, so as an intellect, I like to analyze all aspects. And the mythos of American monotheism is pretty interesting, I find. But who knows, guys? There's a lot to consider, right? If we do formulate such a theory and we have quantum computers, it is possible that we could create a ferromagnetic gaseous structure that works with like Wi-Fi, that generates and creates this artificial intelligence that can permeate all of reality. Anyway, so there's plenty to think about.